Hello everybody, this is Kata. This is TSdL, Season 7, Round of 64, and we have SCL versus Yungblxxd. SCL running not exactly what you'd call the meta box these days, but mostly because of this juggler. And everything else is pretty much all the new and hot good stuff. And no Werner either, which is a little interesting. That'd probably be what you'd normally see over juggler in this spot. As for Yungblxxd, well, he's a bit more leaning towards an AoE box. And it's only running one tank here. Just juggler. Like, Lando would look pretty nice in this box, I think. Juggler Sama, never remove him from box. But yeah, Juggler's still great, but against a lot of the single targets, especially with the advent of Elwin 3C, is not a great matchup for Juggler. And then there's Ham too, who Juggler doesn't like fighting very much either. But Juggler is still great against any sort of AoE strategy, and even in single target strategy, if you're relying on Juggler as a secondary tank, then he can still be a potent unit. But that's why it's a little interesting. Maybe Yungblxxd is, I mean, you can kind of tell with just one tank in your box that you're more of a rush player. Might be a Cav Jug, and maybe he only picks the Juggler up against AoE. Very heavy Meteor presence in this box as well, so I would not be surprised to see Epsilon get picked up second here. SCL kind of got pushed into picking Juggler there, if SCL wanted a tank. Which there is enough to justify wanting to have some cushion against Yungblxxd's assault. Banning out Ham and Lucretia, both Ham's a great trader. Lucretia's difficult to kill with having a revive, plus provides a lot of other utility to support a multitude of strategies, whether it be AoE or single target based. Juggler kind of similar in that regard, in that he can bring Master of Ice to support AoE or V-Shot. Instead of Epsilon, who I would be shocked to not see Epsilon banned next. Although, there's still Zerda in this box as well to provide a Meteor buff for pretty much all the rest of the units, and yes, you do see Epsilon banned. Very nice condition for Yungblxxd. Zerda's a bit less ideal, although, if you look at it, there's 6 Meteor units left, and Zerda could get picked, so we guarantee another 2 Meteor units after that. SCL picking up the Lewin. Could lose his assassins for this, but given that Yungblxxd isn't playing a tank to begin with, the assassins aren't as potent of a pick as you might think, so maybe you'd be more worried about the T-Jess and perhaps the Sherry, even the Helena. And bans out the Sherry and then bans out the Liana because Yungblxxd wants to push SCL into picking one of these healers, so then SCL could double ban another set of scary DPS. And here the question is, does Yungblxxd want to secure the faction buff for his team, or is he just okay functioning off of attack blessing? I mean, this Lewin could be difficult to kill. Werner, with attack blessing and no attack buff, he might need to bring heavy infantry. TRS does have attack support, and plus Zerda could still get picked. Well, Zerda's kind of slow here, and now we have a pretty dangerous situation. SCL called the bluff here. Just saying, okay, sure, double ban my healers. I mean, yeah, SCL picked Rosin first to begin with. Helena's a great pick against this tankless comp. Music a bit too loud? Okay, yeah, let me fix that. Thank you. That should be better. Yeah, sorry. I'm the kind of person that errs on the side of too loud rather than too quiet. I need to be curtailed by you guys. Because I hate it when I can't hear music in streams. So yeah, that should be good now. So, Yungblxxd picking up the Zerda. It's going to be difficult for this totally tankless composition. I mean, Helena goes in. There's only Tiaras for AoE healing, and she's not the best at it. So the entire team gets chipped quite a bit. I mean, Burner likely would be out of range, and Helena probably wouldn't be going to try and kill the Burner anyway, because she can't. Probably can't kill Ham, but can definitely kill Zerda. Vincent wouldn't be worthwhile to kill, but instead we see Himiko. Himiko's going to be a bit less effective against this composition. Namely, there's two things going here. The first is that SCL has Rosin, who is going to disable a lot of Himiko's annoying mobility down shenanigans with ninjutsu debuffs, and then there's Juggler too. So it could be difficult for Himiko to even put on any damage, which means SCL shouldn't have a problem following up even after Himiko goes in. When you want to play Himiko as more of a support for this single target-based composition, usually you want to end up banning Rosin. And even banning Rosin is a good idea if you're going to play Ham too. Of course, SCL went for the first pick Rosin with the 3-tank box. Yungblxxd could have banned out all the tanks here. That Elwyn was banned. Does Elwyn need to be banned? Well, supposing that you don't, and then SCL just picks a nice trading comp, but... And I'm with SCL first picking Rosin, that means... He's already down a DPS in that regard. I would say SCL's team has the advantage here. Helena can just kind of get whatever pick she'd like. You can even send Helena across the map, create some crystal tiles, and then run back. And what that does is it gives Helena a bunch of movement range, which will zone out the Zerda for being able to approach and get hide and seek. Because Helena also ignores unit obstruction, so you can't even block to prevent that sort of thing. Just one option. Helena bring Royal Calves. Pretty much tells you that she's not going for Verna. Faction buff Juggler, and Werewolves are good here. Werewolves are his bulkiest troop when water gets dispelled, bringing faction buff to Lewin, and Juggler's kind of just here to soak up a couple hits while, and then Helena and Lewin clean up in the endgame, because if you think about it, this is a purely physical comp. Oh. Big brain with Himiko removing the tiles. Yeah. Okay, so this is Spirit Boots Am. Yeah. And just goes straight for the turn 1 engage on Juggler. It does not kill. We see that it's a Blood Pack Juggler. But the thing is, this is a 2-turn healing reversal buff. So, this basically knocks Juggler out of the game to begin with. Of course, this is going to be a trade. Well, does it? Is there anything that can capitalize? Because you kill Ham here, right? Very nice Lewin. Attack accessory for sure. Not Blood Pact. Skeleton Knight Zerda, interestingly. Excuse me. Where's the Fireball Tiaras with Sorks? Yeah, Verna brought State Guards. Like I said, might need heavies to kill Lewin here. Well, with Zerda faction buff and attack blessing, should be fine. Should be able to score that kill no problem. But Ham definitely dies for this. Even if you have to act against Helena to accomplish it. Probably what STL is thinking about right now. Yeah, what is the best way to kill this Ham? I mean, yeah, it's probably Helena hits the sword or something, and then Lewin. Yeah, Helena will, like, get. Well, I mean, I guess Florentia Punch should be able to wipe out most of the werewolves, and then maybe this Lewin can kill. Take attack or defense mode. I think Werner should be in strike stance here, because even if you're in strike stance, then Helena won't be able to kill the Werner because of the state guards. Lewin did get a Tenyos though. Yeah. Florentia punches the Wedum, does a hefty amount of damage. The Forest Priest pretty much just demolish the werewolves there, and even Ham taking a lot more damage than you'd expect given, well, for every one enemy in a 3-block span, yeah, so Ham only had 15% damage reduction from sword here. But yeah, I think Werner should be in attack stand. Unfortunate that he didn't get a breathe, and the sword's actually blocking him as well. So Ham should die here. Lewin probably doesn't have to spend his skill. I mean, if you were trying to not be greedy, you would. Instead, Lewin just off to set up tiles, and this probably kills. Yeah. 6 damage is enough, and clock, so it's free. Actually didn't want to kill the sword there because it would have opened up Florentia to potentially dying to Werner. Yeah, that flow damage is pretty crazy, but like I said, the Wedum didn't have the full damage reduction from sword. We gotta remember that you need enemies within 3 blocks. The R3C Werner can reach, yes, sir. So Florentia could die here. Is Florentia a great trade? Can Lewin double strike, or can Lewin get double striked? Lewin could not. I would almost certainly say to kill this Lewin, this Werner's gonna need to double strike him. Maybe 3C can surprise me. Furthermore, sorry, I lost something. Flow is not a great trade, and at that point, Werner will be in assault stance if he goes for it. There's no terrain for Werner to hop in and back off of, but we'll see. Werner's going for the 3C. And it kills. No problem. Attack blessing pretty good. Meteor buff giving 10% damage. The shitty... And plus, Werner does attack the troops first, I'm fairly sure. But Werner probably kills most of the infantry. And then state guards with attack blessing. And the meteor buff had enough power to get through Lewin. Not explicitly a terrible troop matchup there. It's just without that attack blessing, I have seen Werner whiff killing the Lewin, especially with 3C. So it ended up being a 1-for-1 trade, although it did cost a cooldown on Werner. Werner now has the before battle fixed damage from scoring a kill with 3C. It's just a bit tough for Yungblxxd here because Himiko doesn't feel like she could accomplish very much against this team. And there's still a Razin and there's still a Juggler. Even if you kill the Razin, there's still a lot of Himiko Razin stacks to burn through. Himiko bringing Sorks here just to fly over these water tiles, pretty much. Also because she brought Shadow Raid. I mean, in that regard, probably most of her utility against Juggler Razin will be with Goblin Knights stealing buffs. But hey, maybe Shadow Raid, Attack Blessing, Himiko could make something happen. This sorts. I mean, she does not have great soldier bonuses, but it's still attack blessing. Like maybe Force Priest are bulky against magic. I mean, maybe you can kill Rosin. Even that's iffy. Like if you look at his Shrine Maidens have a lot of MDef too. TSdL just opting to chill for now. Currently, turn priority goes to TSdL because of the sword. And actually, that could be relevant later as well, because TSdL could use an act again and keep turn priority because of that sword. They're getting a very nice freeze, though. God, I'm so bad at counting. I'm tired. Yeah, okay. So Zerida can reach Floretia here. Zerida does not necessarily want to, and plus there is a Helena counter engage, I think. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Shiv. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. It looks like Helena should be just one tile off, but the issue there is that TSdL has turn priority. And I think TSdL is probably just going to abuse that. Like if you really wanted to, you could just send Helena all the way over here, or even more. You could send Helena all the way over here, then go over there, chip everybody up a bit. Hello. Werner might be in defense stance here, which would give him the avenue to guard ignore this Rosin. Maybe you might not want to hit Werner. Still should be able to reach like there, put some chip on the Himiko. And Tiaras didn't bring, or Tiaras already popped Miracle. Huh. He does not reach Zerida, right? Yeah. He only reaches here. But I guess she could reach next turn. So it just seems weird because you'd rather have Shift for 2 turns. But I guess it doesn't matter. As we see, this sword coming back to bite Yungblxxd in the ass. However, it does go down to the Lewin tiles, so no act against could happen here. And plus, Yungblxxd will be getting turn priority next turn because almost certainly we're going to see Helena take out the Zerida. Put some decent chip onto the Tiaras as well, and even the Himiko. Looks like Werner was not in guard stance, because 1, he didn't heal, and 2, he'd have the ignore guard debuff right now. Instead, Helena kills Tiaras. Yeah, even if you like got every Bloodsword proc there, it wouldn't kill that Zerida. Helena or Himiko looked pretty okay too. Yeah, I don't know. This is TSdL's last DPS. I mean, I guess Helena was always going to die to Werner after this, but isn't that just more of a reason to take out one of these DPS, like Zerida? That way you can't go in for your healers, because I mean, I think in a 1v1 in endgame, Juggler could probably beat Werner. But is Juggler gonna beat Zerida and Werner together? yeah, like Zerida's just healing all the way back up. And it feels now that just Werner and... yeah, Himiko does not look like she's in range to die to Juggler 3C. And Juggler has nothing to follow up with after that. Could be difficult to kill these Shrine Maiden healers, because Attack Blessing will be running out and there's no way to get that, but I think Werner right now can kill Raza. I mean, with Double Strike, it's probably enough. Yeah, Zerida seemed like the kill there. At the end of the day, there is nothing to really kill dog. I think Yungblxxd probably wants to take the Rosin here. But no. I mean, now Attack Blessing's out, and I think I was the only chance to really kill her. Himiko with Raid is kind of useless here. I mean, she didn't even bring 3C actually here to push. Looking at the turns, if Juggler uses 3C next turn and he gets it back on turn like 11, maybe 12. Furthermore, there is actually some healing left on Yungblxxd's side. It slipped my mind, but there is the Zerida faction buff that can slowly get these units back in fighting shape. Pushing away follow-up, and the clock on that is pretty annoying for SDL to deal with, because eventually these DPS should be able to wear the Juggler down. Gonna be an act again. Oh, the Florentia chip. Clock is very nice as well. Lock might be enough to get this kill on that Himiko. Because you can lock the Himiko down with Juggler. Because this 3C might miss, lock afterwards. That 3C after that should be enough. Then it's a 2v3. With Flow gradually gaining stacks as well. Doesn't even care much about the Himiko, which I understand. Zerida's a much more threatening condition here. And this guarantees the death of Zerida, as SCL is player 2 and has the last action. And that kind of looks like GG. Don't kill the Zerida, because you can kill her later with Juggler, I guess. Watch the B-Shock steal, you know? Yeah, Himiko should have brought Plunder here, huh? Like, Shadow Raid always does feel a little bit greedy. Plunder could, let's see, if you have Plunder and Goblins, you would have a 4 out of 6, 2 out of 3, 66% chance of getting rid of this B-Shock on Jug. Himiko also could not push the Jug anyway. The thing is, I mean, the push is good when Himiko's had her mobility downs applied, but without, it's just kind of annoying. It just separates a little bit. Yeah, Werner tries. It's about what you'd expect. But Healing Light does give him a sizable amount, and now Werner is out of a buff. And it's just, I feel like these two healers could probably 2v1. Or 2v2 this. I mean, Himiko's really injured, and Florentia just keeps clocking. Florentia just Rosin just punches Himiko here, burns the pallet. And Juggler might even be able to kill here with a basic attack. Yep. And what went from a strange looking situation for SCL suddenly dominated. Yeah, I guess SCL really showed how Juggler is still great win condition here. And I guess what Yungblxxd had to do was he needed to stay away from the fog. Burner solo? Ah, but SCL should be winning in damage here. I think. Yeah, just barely. Yeah, I mean, he's in an attack stance, but he has no skills. More defensive-oriented troop. No buff against healers with one. I mean, SCL's winning in damage. You don't have to attack. You just chill. I guess SCL will wait all the way until turn 12 and no buff Werner kill Rosin? I'm gonna say no. It's not Twilight Star, so just pretty much no way. I mean, maybe though with the double strike, but seems like a tall order. Maybe if he had heavy infantry. It was 3C. Okay. Maybe he was in defense stance. This double strike should kill Florentia, at least. But now Werner is in defense stance. So now he can't guard ignore. I mean, Florentia can move over here. No reason to AoE because, again, you know Werner's in defense stance after failing a kill with 3C. So even if you have the 3C available on Florentia, there's no reason to use it. But now Werner doesn't have any troops and he doesn't have any way to heal. He's now fighting into buff and miracle with nothing but a breeze. Pretty much. I mean, at this point, I think Juggler can even just start basic attacking the Werner. Yeah, that Werner needed to be in attack stance and kill Flo there. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. If Werner was in attack stance to kill Flo, then Yungblxxd would be up on damage, and then he should not be able to die immediately. Like, Rosin and Juggler could both hit him at that point, probably. Maybe, I think he could have done it out of range of the Juggler. And then it would have been Juggler, Rosin versus Werner with the damage lead, and I guess at that point, maybe... I mean, the Werner should have still been pretty injured. Maybe he couldn't melee the Florentia. I mean, yeah, he could wait till last turn, but losing in damage. I mean, if you just wait till last turn, you lose. And at this point, as soon as Yungblxxd attacks again here, you just know the after that, Burner won't be in defense stance. He just dies. I think he would heal more, at least troop-wise, if he did get punched, but I mean, TSdL just doesn't have any reason to punch. The thing is, as soon as Werner attacks here, he dies. He will die right after that. Yeah. Yeah, I think Juggler should get 3C back. Yeah, he gets it back on turn 12. It does not kill Rosin. Miracle did inspire, but just without troops, was not enough. And this signals Werner's death. Juggler doesn't even have water, but it doesn't matter. The werewolves just do enough to let Florentia get this kill. Even if it didn't, there's still Rosin to punch, and then there's still Florentia act again. Burner could have waited till 3C, and then he would have kept getting healing. Or if he gets... Yeah, if he waited till he had 3C back up, he could have gotten more damage and been up on the damage counter versus TSdL. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But, and because he'll fail to kill, and he'll still be in defense stance, and then TSdL might not be able to kill Werner at that point. But yeah, like Mel is saying, there was still Florentia 3C from all of blocks, although the AoEs will heal. And yeah, Juggler 3C probably will not do much more damage than Werner would heal back up too. But maybe they do enough damage to let TSdL win on the damage counter? Who could say? Yeah, but he heals with the AoEs, but it's more about, do those AoEs do enough damage to let TSdL get ahead of Yungblxxd in the damage counter, because their damage is really close. Because attacking him will almost certainly be negative damage on the damage counter. Now 3C damage would be like 15,000 probably, and somewhere around there maybe like 16,000, 17,000. The AoEs, Florentia AoE probably does like 4,000 and Juggler does like 6,000, 7,000-ish. So yeah, maybe Yungblxxd might have had that with some different choices. Vincent gets taken out, and Yungblxxd brings out Leon, RNG King. TSdL taking out Chrissy for Kira. Now Yungblxxd opting to be player 1. Again, forcing TSdL into the jug line. At this point, TSdL now knows that this ham is Spirit Boots. So, TSdL might position a bit differently to deal with that. If you don't front row, then Spirit Boots ham can't walk all the way over and turn 1 heal reversal with jug, although that did not accomplish too much last game either. Because the thing was that Yungblxxd plays all these assassins. So disabling the tank does not accomplish too much. In that sense, Werner might even be, or Wedham might even be better as somebody in the zone. Keep TSdL around his tank. First pick, Lewin. Lewin is, I would not call him a counter to Ham. Ham cannot heal reverse Lewin, We did see SCL's Lewin, who was pretty low on HP. It was around 11,000, but it did have around 1,050 defense. So it is possible that the Sweatum... Well, it is a Spirit Boost Sweatum. So maybe you can be pretty confident that your Lewin can tank. And this time we see an early pick Pepsi for Yungblxxd, which I really like. I thought with this heavy Meteor lean, his box really supports picking up Pepsi early. As for SCL, Elwin, I mean, he's really good in the trade game here, plus he has a buff from Lewin. There is an AoE route to go down here if you opt to ban the Juggler instead of one of these units, but I can understand both Werner and Cherry being very annoying. Yungblxxd picking up a Juggler to deal with a Helena pick, maybe Demi Lucretia a bit. Although Lucretia would still be very annoying even with just Black Hole. The debuffs can often decide games. Banning out the Ares because he's a fairly good Ellen answer. Plus can pull people in. And banning Ange. Himeko feels a little more threatening. Oh, first pick Lewin. With this sort of ban pick, we'll probably see Lewin running his 1C passive card. And Ellen's here pretty much just a counter engage. Himeko gets banned. I mean, banning Razan isn't super profitable. You probably are going to ban Pepsi here. The main reason is that Lua is already immunizing that heal reversal. And she's still a miracle, I guess, but Tiaris is probably more threatening. Maybe even the Act Again could be harder to deal with. Because Tiaris is miracle plus 3C, whereas Razan here is kind of just miracle. I guess she has some installation against Leon, but we already have Kira to provide healing duties as needed. SCL could certainly pick up the Pepsi here. But picks the Razan to be safe. I guess he runs Zerda buff here? I know Pepsi has a better buff, but the healing could be nice. Pepsi bringing 2 skills? I mean, that is +1 range. Kira could opt to bring for 2C non-guard ignore heal here. And I do think Pepsi would have been a really nice last hit. Pepsi with 2 attack skills is really good, yeah. And it does come at the cost of Zerda's setup, but Yungblxxd's team probably desires the Zerda buff a bit more. So, it is worth mentioning that Lewin only has 1 blot guard range, and there is a Leon here to disrupt that. potentially scatter people about, and then Ham could very easily capitalize off of something like that. Even Juggler could, like, jump on the Lewin, although Juggler in this scenario dies to the 1-2 Luke Owen combo. Yeah, it looks like, looks like Zera's bringing the buff. Front row, but, like, I mean, Lewin is immune to heal reversal. Not really profitable to go in with Ham here. Not exactly the best Leon map either. Leon likes more terrain. I mean, there is this to go through, but there's only so much Mech Knight boost you can get there. Yeah, I mean, Leon could move like here, and then Shiv, and then... But Leon can reach like right here. But the closer he gets to the mountains, the less... The closer he gets to the mountains, then he won't be able to refresh Shiv fully. Or he won't be able to refresh it fully with Shiv. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like right here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and he only gets 1 Mech Knight movement. Well, yeah, that's the thing. If he focuses on the cliff next to the waterfall, he gets 2 free movements through here, and then he moves there, and then he chivs. Then he gets 1 free movement block, and then there's no terrain, and then he still just reaches here. So he's basically, even if he's a lot more forward, then he still kind of has the same range. Leon ends turn here. He moves 1, 2, 3. Chivs. Yeah. Chivs. Yeah. Not quite reach, but like we figured from seeing Yungblxxd's more rush-oriented box with 1 tank, it is a cab juggler. This seems premature. It's even Firebrand loop against Gargoyles. Luke really shouldn't have much of an issue one-shotting this. I guess not without impact stuff. But, I mean, there's always the Elwyn loop combo that's gonna kill this. This juggler move does not feel like it accomplishes anything. Hero wasn't in range of anything either, and there's no guaranteed mobility boosters here. This might go. Yeah. Okay, that works too. Because Luke doesn't want to spend her time taking care of that, and Elwyn would like to save his skills. Luke wants to set up mass attack. Had to put sword there, so misses 1 block of mobility, the crystal healing. Well, he can shadow. Okay, yeah, no, he can't, because somebody needs to not be 100% HP, and Rosin Crystal Healing took care of that, so Ham can't reach anything, and that was pretty much just a wasted action. Ham. Yeah, pretty much all you can do is try to kill the Lewin, but it should not work. Deer boots. Not a 6-star ham. Even has mirror armor in this Lewin to potentially disable Crush, which I think Ham has, although he might also have boost. Yeah, Pam. Basically, what happened is Yungblxxd forgot the Rosin interaction with Ham's sword, is that it doesn't let him Shadow Step. The entire thing was Ham was going to go and try to snipe something else, not hit the Lewin. And now it's 5v3. With Elwin being supremely good at trading. Luke plus Kira, always a good combo because you can afford to drop a unit. Young is just setting up for the Pepsi show. Team Pepsi does have 2 stacks, plus his shield at this point. By the time Pepsi gets over there, I'm guessing that almost everybody, well, it's just Lewin injured. Lewin won't quite be full healed. And Pepsi can move right here, yeah, or right there. And now he's hidden. Nothing to pop the AoE. Yes, Elwin is Swordsmith. Fortunately, Pepsi did not freeze. Can potentially kill Lewin, but the issue there is that Pepsi just dies after that. Okay, Kira just healing up Lewin a bit more. Did bring Star Sword, which is some additional healing. This is a 3-stack Pepsi, but Pepsi just can't take repeated assaults. And so it's going to be really hard for Yungblxxd being down 2 units. Yeah, this is still Leon's range. This is what I mean, where it's not the best map for him. And even outside of that, just like you can plug up the choke if you need to. I guess Leon is an answer for Ellen. Especially if it's prisoners. King's Crown useless for Leon, he just chibs and burns it away, but doesn't matter, Elwin's just gonna come and kill this Leon. And maybe I just think it's always going to take 2 actions to kill this Elwin, so he's going to get Leon too, or going to get Zerida too. And that's pretty much GG. Pepsi probably gets an L1 life here, but even then it costs a cooldown, and Zerida just dies. Oh, no, yeah. Because Youngblood has turn priority. God, my brain is not working today. So that one does die for this, but Kira, because of Luke's puppet, will still have enough range to reach. I guess you have to hit with Zerida, so she full heals, and then you hope that Zerida can tank the Kira. This being Kira's range, so Zerida should be able to kill the Owen and then move back out of range. Nothing should be able to kill the Epsilon at that point, now with the shield up. The issue is that once Epsilon's shield does go down is that it has a one-turn cooldown. Although Shadow Snake for Epsilon is up. Zerida has to kill Ellen here, I think. And then Kira could still reach. But Luke can't. And Kira should not be able to kill a 100% HP Zerida. Okay, you do have to move out of Luke range. Oh wait, Skeleton Knights and a Holy Kira. So the troop choice kind of killing Yungblxxd there. If it was some other troops, I've seen Zerida tank it. So yeah, the demon troops just totally killed Zerida there. They probably got one ticked by the Kira. But Luke was out of revive range. But Epsilon only has one turn on his buffs at this point. And a turn, okay, yeah, Air Slash is back up. Or no, yeah, Air Slash is down for a turn. Pepsi has no skills, he waits. Buff goes down. Next turn he can hide. But then Kira probably just moves here. Then Pepsi only has Air Slash, which will guard ignore. And so you would only be able to hit Lewin. So I mean hiding just doesn't really accomplish anything here. There's just too much of a unit disparity. Maybe a Zerida live, but troop choice really killed Yungblxxd there. Skeleton Knights were not helpful. I mean, yeah, Pepsi probably dies to Lewin. But Lewin just heals up enough here to be able to tank Pepsi. Maybe Lewin dies to Pepsi? Yeah, this Lewin's got to be 100% HP. I think he will be just fine against this. Well, we'll see. Lewin did get a Tenyo 20% defense buff. I mean, the only thing Pepsi can do is hit Lewin and try to kill him. The only way he could potentially tank, and even then, not really, because you just hit him with the puppet, and then you hit him with Rosin, and then Kira should be able to clean up just fine. Just too many units for Yungblxxd to deal with. Pepsi's good, but he ain't that good. Yeah, it pretty much has to run away here, but now Kira could just hit you. You lose all your soldiers, probably won't die, but once all your soldiers are dead, it doesn't matter whether you have 3C or not. You're not going to kill anything. Even past all this, it does not matter that much. Like, Pepsi hides for one more turn against 3C. I mean, maybe he kills Kira at that point, but then Lewin plus these two units will be able to kill him afterwards. Because it doesn't matter if you have your one instance of minus 80% damage if your opponent just has two units that can freely knock you off of it. Now there's even Miracle, so. Whereas keeping in mind, Kira does have 20% physical damage. Oh wait, yeah, no, Kira's disabled. She doesn't have that anymore. Yeah, just kills the Phalanx. And the defense buff did drop, but he had a 10 years. And yeah, Kira just one-shots. So the troop choice on Zera there, plus the flub with Ham, where Rosin Crystal healed Lewin back up to 100% HP, so Ham couldn't Shadow Step and go snipe somebody in the back line. 3C being one range means guaranteed to lose shield if he attacks with it. Yeah, Pepsi needs a faction buff effect to have +2 mobility and +2 range, so he couldn't even go for that sort of play. Not that it would have just been able. It would have just been easy to deal with it anyway, because of having Rosin and the puppets still there. So yeah, SCL just played a nice, tight game. Had really good band pick. Knew what he needed his units to do. Maybe Yungblxxd was just a bit too hasty on some actions. Does seem, I mean, pretty obvious that he likes to play more faster games. Likes the turn 1 engage. Just didn't go, SCL seemed prepared for it in both games. Game 1, he had his juggler in the center right tile, and then had almost everybody else within one range of him, so couldn't, even if Ham brought Air Slash and was trying to snipe something else there, that would not have worked. Game 2, it was the same situation, with Lewin instead of Juggler in that spot. So the Spirit Boots Ham was pretty effectively shut down. And with the Cab Juggler here, even waiting isn't going to go that well for you, because it's so easy to one-shot that Cab Juggler that you can't just hopefully stick the Cab Juggler on Lewin sometime, maybe after a Leon engage, and then get a Ham kill after that. But it was kind of the only option at that point. I guess Leon had to be the can opener here. He had to go in and displace people, and then hopefully Ham, Pepsi, and Zera can capitalize off that better. But yeah, just a slight mistake with forgetting Rosin Crystal Healing, or maybe he hasn't seen that interaction, but yeah. Congratulations to SCL for advancing to the round of 32, and better luck next time to Yungblxxd.